Hey guys, Penadaily here, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. As you can see, we are back here in the Wind Ruins, and where we got to last time with the Pegasus boots, and this is an Armos. Yeah, you remember these guys. Ow. What the heck? Usually I'm better than that. Die. They're not hard to kill, for some reason I kept walking into him. So this place is full of Tektites and Armos, and an interesting mechanic. See that Armos statue? It's, because there's no white light in its eye, it is currently, yeah, that was strange. It's currently inactive. So if we come down here, we meet a Minish, who tells you there's a switch inside that turns them on or off. And we get a red kinstone piece, that's nice. Can't fuse with him. So, while we're Minish, we have to go up here and turn on the switch. Now you see the white light. Grow back to normal, and we can activate the statue the way we did the one previous. Yeah, as you can see, they're not really that difficult, and, if you let them go long enough, they'll go back to their inactive state wherever they were. Push this rock here, because you will be back in these ruins at least once more, and you don't want to have to fight that, reactivate that Armos and fight it again. So, you come through here. Ooh, hey, a heart. Hearts are nice. Freaking Tektites. I hate Tektites. But you can stun them with the boomerang, which is nice. Nothing here, despite that odd light patch. Here, of course, we're going to have to kill all the Tektites. That's a pretty classic thing. And that makes the statue go away. So we come up here. More Tektites. Ha, just die. Yep. I have to remember to use the boomerang on these Tektites. It will make my life much easier. And then this guy, who is around here somewhere, is a lever. There we go. Jerk. Yeah, they come up from the ground sometimes. Gotcha. And you want to, if you're going to kill them, because you want to farm for something, you got to hit them with the boomerang. Well, you don't have to, but it's easiest to hit them with the boomerang. So before we head down through here to switch on that Armos, as you can see, we have all of these little vines. So, follow these down. And now, if I remember correctly, we want to go down this vine? I am right, yes. We come in here. Watch out for those cracked parts on the floor. They will break out from under you if you stand on them too long. So, and there you see our quarry, or our goal, the piece of heart. Watch out. Stupid pesto. Yeah, I don't like those guys. Alright, yes. And it fills up our life. So that's pretty nice. And just checking on our sub-screen, of course, you can see we have 3/4. One more, and we will have a full heart, which is very, very nice. And I believe there is, in fact, one where we're going. So that's also very nice. They're very good at pacing these out, pacing the heart pieces out, so that if you get them as you go through the game, you will get what you need. You'll have a new heart, usually right about the time you need one. So that's pretty nice. You don't need every heart container in the game. I'm not going to get every heart piece in the game because, like I said, and Anju's Cucko is... I don't know why I'm bothering, because all of these things are going to come back once I, once I shrink, and I have to shrink. But I did, because I'm that kind of player. Oh good, the grass actually stays away. And so do the monsters. Okay, so I sit corrected. So, switch this guy on. Sometimes they come back. I'm not sure what actually controls that. So, 2, 3... Yeah, see? There, he'll just sit down. You don't even have to kill him. I'm going to, because sometimes they drop nice things. Aw, really? How? between that guy and the wall and I couldn't get away. Well, that was a nice back. Ah, kinstone piece. That's always nice. Yeah, those little gray rocks on the ground. Oh, push this, because again, you know, this way, you know, this makes it so the next time you come through here, you don't have to do nearly as much annoying puzzle play work. I really like that, too. That they're so conscientious about this sort of thing. Okay, so there's a bunch of these. If you're not careful, that guy there at the end will run and block the way forward. So what you have to do is edge forward so he doesn't notice you and activate. And then you can just grow. None of the rest of these will activate unless you touch them, and I just don't feel like it right now. So, we can go along. One of the nice things about the rock breaker is that if there are spiny beetles under a rock, you can now just take a shot at it. Oh, hey. Kinstone piece, very nice. Yeah, see, you can just break the rock the spiny beetle is hiding under, and he can't really give you nearly as much trouble. Which is good, because you actually have to kill these jerks. Oh, right, I forgot, we do have to... Well, we don't have to, but we want to go fight those Armoses. I forgot about those, statues, which, to get them dealt with, we have to kill these guys. So, that's what happens when you try to save time. Just die. Ow, creep. Just... Alright, there we go. Ooh, hey. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know why they decided that the kinstone pieces were so much more important that they had to have their message every time. I know they're a... See, guys, this is why I told you you kind of wanted to at least partially empty your wallet before you came here. Because there's at least another 100 rupees ahead. So, moving right along, we're just going to ignore you. And of course, this will let us go straight back out, which is nice. And now we are in the Fortress of Winds. And this place is kind of a maze. There's actually 4 doors here. Yeah, and if... okay, let's see. I have 2... Awesome, I have 2 bottles. So these guys, the sparks, when you hit them with the boomerang, they turn into fairies. So now I have 2 fairies, which will be useful. And of course you can see that there's a piece of heart that's going to take a little while to get to. So, we come in here. Yes, as though there are traps. Lots of traps of all sorts. Okay. And, ow! Okay, yeah, I'm gonna kill you and just get your fairies itself. Oh, and we have the blue Stolfos. Yeah, and as you can see, he jumps up and down. You need to be careful. You can stun him with the boomerang, but you gotta be careful, because if he lands on you, you're gonna have a bad time. No, I'm not sorry. I have been waiting to use this joke for ages. Anyway, so, you know, take him down. And of course we get a kinstone. Now, one of these opens the door. Or maybe both of them do. No, that one opens the door, and this one will make something appear on that space. And that's usually useful. Yep, see? Kinstone piece. You'll find a lot of them here, as well as rupees. Watch out for that chew. Right now, we can't do anything about these dirt walls, but trust me, you're going to want to. There we go. And of course, these sparks. There are sparks all around this place. So, you know, you're always going to be just a boomerang throw away from getting a, yeah, you're a boomerang's throw away from getting a heart, or an energy refill. So, of course, you come over here, you can see that there are just enough spaces between those 2 switches that you want to do this. And you actually want to be a little strategic about how you decide which side of you is going to be the copy and which is going to be the regular. Because the copies can be broken by running into anything, and that can that can cause some issues later. But, of course, we shrink down. I hope I did this right. Oh, right. Okay. So first, we come in here, activate this Armos, come through here. Pardon me. Okay, and now you're going to want to kill him, because you got to get him away from there. I mean, you don't have to kill him, but you might as well. And see, this one, the skulls come back. But we don't really need to deal with them. As you see, that key falls all the way down. And we'll get that in a second. Because we're actually going to go back to this thing. And now that we are a Minish, we're going to drop. And drop. Luckily, it does not hurt us. We can't pick up the key as a Minish. But we can also fall huge, huge distances. Which, you know. So we pick up a piece of heart. And now we have a new heart container. And that's very, very nice. I think that's the only one in this dungeon. So, yeah, the problem is, let's see. Oh, right, no, we don't have to do that. I'm sorry. We can, of course, go out here. Because otherwise, you know, it's not like you can go upstairs as a Minish. So, wait until he has passed. Push that down. And here we are. Now we can go pick up this key. Yay! And we don't have to deal with this side of the dungeon anymore. So, ignore that center one for now. And of course, I'm sure you can guess basically what we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. 2 more of these guys. Yeah. That was nice. Yeah. These guys, you can actually also suck their heads off with the gust jar, which is pretty nice, but we'll deal with that. Okay, so we get arrows from the skulls, and there's an eye. If you are a Zelda veteran, you know what to do here. You might as well keep the bow on, because we are coming up to some... Well, no, actually. Yeah, you don't want the bow on for these guys. But you'll probably use the bow a lot in this dungeon. It's sort of the way it's set up. If you keep moving, it's very hard for these guys to land on you. Not impossible, but hard. So, just stun them with your boomerang, whack them. You can pull their heads off with the gust jar. Yeah. Just get to work on, killing them as fast as possible. You can pull their heads off with the gust jar, of course, but you need some distance for that. Luckily, Lakes die pretty quick. I mean, you can stun them, so, and you can swing your sword very quickly. So for the most part, a Lake isn't going to give you too much trouble if you just hit them very, very quickly. So, oh boy, yes, back to the arrows will tell you what to do. Yeah, you want to get on here. You can also hold and aim. Yeah, also be careful because... Oh man, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. This isn't usually... There we go. Once you hit both of them, they will stay. So, yeah. You want to, basically, to activate the Igors, you have to step on the switches. So you want to do, this, and then go around. And then, as I said, though, you want to be careful. Now, of course, he won't use, and you cannot, in fact, use, special weapons until you've shattered your copy, unfortunately. Yeah. Luckily, these guys really aren't that hard. But you're gonna want to decide which one to put the copy on and which one's going to be you by figuring out who is most likely to be able to take, you know, minor amounts of damage. And we got the compass, which is pretty important. Actually, let's go back in there, because I suspect... Oh, yeah, why can I only ever do that when I don't want to, when I don't intend to? But there we go. We're now back up to 27, and now we're back up to 30, so... Oh, right. We've got to get on here, because we're going to get on here. Luckily, you don't have to hit... I mean, you don't have to be too accurate. And here we are. Okay, back to this, you know, back to the boomerang, because rope. They're very aggressive, and it's nice to be able to stun them. So we have to kill, you know, let's check these, because they might have... Yeah, you see what I mean about getting a lot of money? So, wrong button. So, charge up, and do our spin attack. And this way, you know, because this way, if you're on the bottom, you don't worry so much about running your clone here into the wall. Whereas if you were, you know, on the top, you might accidentally go down a bit too far and run your clone into the wall. So we just do it this way, push the box up, and we're good. And pull this down, and of course, we get another key. I love how you can really see the underground. The GBA really took advantage of some of its, well, abilities here. I really, really like that. So we got a small key. That's pretty nice. Alright, so now that we have both small keys, we get to come up here. And we get a bunch of these guys. Let's see, I think the first thing we want to do... Yeah, well, okay, the first thing we want to do is kill all of these skeletons. Try not, like I said, try not to let them land on you. Okay, so we got an Igor. You know what to do. Alright. You don't have to kill both of them. In fact, I wouldn't. Watch out for those guys, of course. And here we have the dungeon map. So let's take a look at our dungeon map. And you'll notice that the bits outside, they don't actually appear on our map, which is kind of a thing. So I think we want to go out there first, though. Let's take a look. Okay, no, there's actually not too much we can do right now, if I'm correct. Yeah. Okay, no, we can't actually do anything out here right now. Obviously, you can see that we're gonna get some things. So, past the Igor. Right, let's get back to the boomerang, because skeletons. And, of course, you see there are two locked doors. So, we want to go through this one first, I believe. R, not L. This one is certainly the easier of the two to get across. That other one requires use of the Pegasus boots and timing, which, as you all know, is one of my greatest weaknesses. So, of course, arrows and eyes. And wall masters. Careful, because if he hits you, he will take you out to the front of the dungeon, and you really, really don't want that. So, that symbol on the floor should look familiar. Yep. Meet this, another dark nut. I think this one is still just a white dark nut at the same level as the previous. So, shield. Sometimes, of course, he does that charge. Just, you know, shield. And with the shield, you can block him, and he dies. He dies pretty quickly, and lo and behold, that's the portal. And we are probably about a third of the way through. Yeah, watch out for the traps. You'll just have to... Yeah, honestly, the best way, in my opinion, is just combat roll around in the same direction they go. And, of course, we come through here. Follow this along, and that doesn't look suspicious at all. luckily, we have a ton of bombs, so... Yeah, back to that. Alright, come through here. And we are going to get this dungeon's treasure, the mole mitts! These things are kind of awesome. I don't think they exist. I mean, aside from the magma mitts in Skyward Sword, which came after this. Oh, 500 rupees, not 6. Rats. We're gonna have to get another, we're gonna have to get the last upgrade to even be able to afford the bomb bags. Seriously? So yeah, we've maxed out on rupees, and this isn't even all the rupees in here. I really should have bought another Picolite and gone for more, you know, kinstones, because we're maxed out again. Honestly, you want to come in here as, you know, broke as possible. So, because there are tons and tons of hidden rupees. So, Pegasus boots. Okay, so we pull this thing out, and you see that's there. You want to hold it for as long as you... That was just silly. Hold this thing for as long as you can. Wait till it comes all the way to you, then dash. And that will get you across. Thanks, Eslo. That wasn't nearly as bad as you made it out to be, I promise. Even though I did screw up. Okay. Now, these are our floor masters. They don't... No! Crap! Ugh. Luckily... I can, you know... Luckily, I can do this thing. Yes, we have to go through some of the other traps. You know, we have to do the Pegasus boot thing again. But, you know, it's not that bad, but it's still annoying. Especially since that always seems to happen. I'm not sure why I always screw that bit up. Let's just ignore these two. And back to the Pegasus boots. Yeah, but really the secret is make sure you wait until the bridge comes all the way down here. Because the bridge, if you don't, it'll come all the way out and then it'll almost immediately retract and you will find yourself, you know, dropping into the pit. So, really the best way to kill those jerks is totally using the, what is it? What's that thing called? The bow. Alright, so obviously there's nothing we can do in here. I don't know if there's anything we can do here just yet. Let's see. I mean, obviously we can get a key in here, and I think we are supposed to. Yeah, we have to get the key in here first. Sorry about that. This bit always. Watch out because those ropes can hurt you. They just won't aggro on you. Alright. Yeah, well, I mean, that thing appears and you figure you're supposed to use it immediately, but no, actually. It's a little sneaky. So, I don't need rupees, guys. I could use some hearts. Whatever. Okay, so we break our way through here. You can break those, of course, because you've got the pots. Now, these holes you can drop into, see? And the spiked bits, the spiked logs is what they're called, will go completely over you. Now, we see that, so, you know, of course, the general positions you can put yourself in. So, we push switch the pillars in, of course, the opposite places, and then go kill the ropes. Because otherwise they will knock you about while you're trying to do this. So, again, you want to probably start up here so that you're not... Oh, crud. Yeah. And if you do that, you basically just, smash the clone and make another one. So, yeah, you come down here. Be careful, because, if you're not... You gotta be very careful that you don't smash the clone on the rocks. And now we get that. Good. And, follow these guys around, fall into the holes again. Open the door. And, we can come down here, but as you can see, there is not a lot to do as I suppose it might not be a bad idea to kill these guys with the bow. Hopefully, you know. Come on, come on. Really? Ha! Of course, they will often drop rupees. So yeah, kill these guys now. I can't leave the rupees behind, even though, you know, it's years of gamer instincts. I don't know if they'll respawn, but I feel better having killed them. You know how it is. I don't think they respawn. So now we go little. And now we have to come through here because those skull bits do respawn. And you're thinking, how are we going to get to the door? We can't fall into those holes. Well, no, we can't. But the space between the logs is a lot bigger for a Minish than it is for a Hylian kid. So, you just do that. Hoi. Alright, let's see. So we could fall down there, but of course you can see this right here. And you definitely want to do this. Because we get a key. Now, you can, of course, if you hack into one of these places, a spark will come out, and of course I am going to, yeah, get a fairy off of that spark. Then, otherwise ignore those. There's nothing particularly good in any of these. I don't think there's any chests or anything, so now we shrink, and we come back through here, because if you didn't do this, you would find yourself very confused and unhappy when you run into a door that needs a key in a few minutes. So, yeah. Now, there are places... We could come back here, and probably we will when we need... You know, because later on we're going to need money. Lots of money. Once we get the next wallet upgrade, we're going to need to fill it. Let's see. I know there's at least one place that will have money for us. But right now, we're just going to go up here. So, we come through here. Really? Come on, guys. And these are just, you know, the flying skulls, and we could open this. Now, you want to drop down on this side, because if you drop down on the other side, you just have to do everything all over again. And we've got the big key, so now we can, of course, go after the monsters and stuff. And I don't think... Yeah, if we go back out this door... Yeah, we just go up and find ourselves pretty much exactly where we were, I think. I don't know, you know, sometimes I don't remember things as well as I'd like, but yeah, okay. So, you know, we're gonna wanna go back through here, just ignore this. Luckily the Moldorms stay dead, because they can be pains. So, of course, we're just going to follow this right back. And I'm going to go for a little length today because later dungeons I will probably have to... Yeah, let's just skip these guys. Later dungeons I will probably have to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? How do you get there? Let's see, I think you go down or something maybe, I'm not sure. Let's see. Or you know, that was one of those places you could come up from. Yeah, let's see. So we go in here. Yeah, you can see there's all sorts of stuff, and that's the boss. I'm not sure that's the boss room. Oh. Actually, I think that is the boss room. So, let's just do this, by the way. Yeah, that is the... That's the portal, of course. And this, yep, this will give you, these things will give you arrows, because that's really what you're going to need a lot of, is arrows. There we go. We've got all our arrows, and hearts and arrows. Meet the boss. And yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff we didn't pick up here, but we'll come back for it. Alright, so yes, I'm going to run a little longer today because, we're right at the boss and who wants to stop then? Right, meet Mazal. Yeah, so he might look a little like a Mario 64 boss. I don't know if he was intended to or not. Okay, yeah, you can hit those eyeballs in his hands. Ow! You don't want to do that. That hurts. See? You hit those eyeballs in his hands with arrows, and they fall out. When you hit both of those eyeballs, then he deactivates, and you have to go inside him as a Minish, and there will be a single pillar that has an eye in it. You go in and you whack the living heck out of it. Careful, you want to be careful because he can still hurt you while you're a Minish. And then you want to get back, ouch. You want to get back, ouch. You want to get back onto the bow and arrow. Ouch. Watch out for his hands. And lather, rinse, repeat. His hands will often give you arrows, so don't worry too much about running out. Though, you might want to save arrows to, You might want to save arrows by just whacking him with the... Now, here you have to find the appropriate, and that can be longer or shorter than... Yeah, see, in this case it was the very last one, and it's really just a process of elimination. Find the right one, and let them, and whack it. Yeah, after the first time you have to dig for it with your mole mitts, so, some pretty impressive use of the both the area item and the dungeon item. Oh, that was a nice spin attack, wasn't it? I didn't actually intend to do that, but... Oh yeah, once you get him down this far, his eyes start attacking you. So, yeah, that is also a thing. So, back to the mole mitts. And this is, as is traditional with Zelda bosses, third time's the charm. And we got really, really lucky, because there are actually 9 pillars. But the first one we went for was our target. And so we have beaten Mazal, which is nice. And there's our heart container. But we don't get the element. I wonder if it's up the stairs. And we have birds. Lots and lots of birds. Okay. We are the tribe of the winds. Long have we lived with the winds. We have mastered them. Now we join them. Together with the great winds at our backs, we head for the skies. Those who come seeking our power must play the notes Zephyr teaches. May they lead you onward to the power that you seek. And that's Zephyr, and he drops an ocarina. So yes, we got the Ocarina of Wind, which means... I do believe this is where the tribe of the winds once lived. Really, Eslo? So they've left for the heavens and taken their element with them. And it looks like the wind element is beyond our reach for the time being. We have no choice but to press on. Let's get out of here. So, yeah, we've moved out. And we now have the Ocarina of Wind. Which means we can do some fun stuff like this. I hope I was I did, I forgot. There is in fact a wind crest in Hyrule Castletown, but I kept forgetting to open it. Yes. Yes, Eslo, we can now, go around with the wind crest, and we can go around with the wind crest and get, warp. It's our warp. It's our fast travel system. There will be more of those wind crests we open up. But we've gone over 35... Oh, man. This guy's a beetle. They grab onto you and they make it hard to move. You have to just shake them off and then thwack them with your sword. Not too much is different here, except that, well, a few things have changed and opened up. And this guy's running around. Yeah, that's a clue for our next quest. And there's Malon. Hi, Malon. Yeah, we should have come up here. Holder of the sacred powers, we grant you the power of wind. Yes, we found another wind crest. Yeah, now that we know what it is, Ezlo isn't nearly as freaked out by it. So, now that we have the Ocarina of Wind, even though we don't have the next element, I'm going to save and end it off here, dude. And probably buy some Pika Lights, since, you know, I can't get Stockwell's, get the bomb bag from Stockwell. I'm 100 rupees short. So, in that note, I am going to save and call it for now, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me for Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap, and have a great day. Goodbye.